Hi, my name is Roxanne. I was gonna film a makeup tutorial challenge as my first video, but my hair is not done. So my first tutorial is gonna be turning few-day-old hair that's kind of dirty into how I would normally wear it on a daily basis. I always curl my hair. I think I got this from Ulta. It was about $30. There's no variable heat setting. It's just one setting. For thinner hair, I don't know if this would be a good choice for you, but I have thicker hair, or about average hair, I would say. It's not thin, it's not super thick, it just kind of is what it is. So when my hair is a few days old, it is oily at the roots. So I'll just take my favorite dry shampoo. This one is from TJ Maxx. It's the Pearlescence brand. It was only $5.99. I go through a lot of dry shampoo, so I like to find dry shampoo at TJ Maxx and kind of see how my hair does with the formula. This one's one of my favorite ones when I'm looking. I've tried other brands like the Batiste brand, and they just like really weigh your hair down. It looks like your hair has a coating of powder in it. So I like this one because it doesn't do that. So I'll always go and start at just my part, and then I just kind of section it off and spray at the roots. And then I'll always go and spray along my hairline and in the back too, don't forget, because then your hair will still look oily back here. So same thing on the other side. And then at the end, I like to go towards the back of my head. So you don't want to look like a greasy mess in the back. So make sure you get all in that area. And then I usually will do this, and then I'll put my hair up and hop into the shower so it has a few minutes to kind of absorb all the oil. But I'm just going to kind of wait here for a few minutes to do its thing. Okay, so now I'm going to brush my hair out because I haven't brushed it at all. And it kind of helps just disperse any of like the leftover residual powder that kind of stays there while it hasn't absorbed quite yet. And I always part my hair to the side. I have since I was a little girl. I would think that everyone would know this already, but with long hair, it's always good to start down at the ends and work your way up so that you're not just pulling knots down from the top to the bottom. Okay, so my hair's all brushed now, and I'll always part my hair from the top separate from the bottom, just so that my curls on the bottom have a nice hold. If I group it all together on just like this half of my head and this half of my head, the curls just don't stay. So I'll usually go about where my eyes are at. Just take this top part. And I like to use a claw just because they're a little bit more convenient to work with when I'm trying to throw it up. I can just put it in with one hand while I'm holding the knot. So separated it off, and then now I will do this half and then this half. And I'll normally do the bottom section in just 2 chunks because my hair is just average thickness. It's not too thick, it's not thin. I can just usually do 2 chunks on this side and then 2 chunks on this side. And then I always use my glove. It came with this together. And I'm the type of girl who likes to curl my hair all the way down to the end, because I know some girls like to leave the bottom section uncurled to kind of give that like next day kind of look, but I prefer a finished curl. So, and you always curl the hair away from your head, so just put the hair in front of the wand and wrap it going towards the back of your head. So that way the curl goes outwards on this side and outwards on this side, and it frames your face nicely. Instead of them kind of curling inwards towards your face, they curl outwards from your face, kind of framing it more so. And so I'll usually curl it for about 20 seconds, and then my curl comes out like this. I prefer this style of wand tapered towards the end because it just seems like when it's tapered towards the end, it's a little bit tighter of a curl. So by the end of the day, even if it starts to lose some of its curl, it's just a looser wave instead of just straight flat hair. So I think that the smaller barrel helps kind of keep the curl for me. So same thing, hair in front of the curling wand and then outwards towards the back of your head. So once I finish both on this side, I'll curl instead of curling or spraying each curl individually. And then my favorite hairspray to use is this Herbal Essences one, mostly because I've been using it for so long. I really love the smell of it, and then it's the hold on it is really good. It says that it's their strongest one, and it is pretty strong, but I've tried some that are higher quality brands and it's too stiff of a hold. It holds the curl perfectly throughout the day, but my hair has zero movement, so the curls are just kind of like crunchy and stuck there, and I like my curls to be kind of have more movement to them. So I prefer one that's kind of a medium hold so that it holds the curl but gives my hair the flexibility and movement throughout the day. So then I'll go and onto the other side here, same thing. And on this side you're going to do the same thing, so hair in front of the wand and wrapping outwards towards the back of your head. So spray again. And then I'll just kind of toss it over my shoulder. And then I'll move on to the top section. And then I just use the same claw, so I'll group all this hair together in the back of my hand, or the back of my head, and then use the same claw to pin the curls. So I feel like just using the claw is a little bit more gentle on the curl. It kind of grasps them and keeps them where they're at instead of like strangling them. So I'll do the same thing on the top half of my hair as well. And I'll usually do 4 sections on this side because in the past I would do 3 and it just wasn't enough. The curls just didn't come out as pretty, so I'll spend more time on the top half of my hair versus the lower half of my hair, just because people are going to see these curls more so than the bottom layer. So I just want to spend a little bit more time in the sections a little bit smaller so that the curls just come out a little prettier. Alright, so I got this curl that I spent a little bit more time on, so it's a much prettier, more clean curl versus the bottom layer because I'm doing a little bit smaller sections, so they just come out a little cuter. And then once I get to the section that's closest to my face, I always like to kind of use my ear as a guide, so I'll pull my hair back. At this point I already just kind of know how far down I should go, but if you just kind of pull your hair back to where the back of your ear and start your curl here going down, it'll just frame your face better, because if you start the curl farther up here, it's not going to lay flat against your head. It's just kind of be a crazy like Shirley Temple curl. And it's just cuter if you kind of start it lower, so this kind of lays flatter on your face, and then the curl just kind of frames you from the ear down. I like to do this too because during the day, if my hair gets in my face, I'll tuck it behind my ear, and if it's starting just right behind my ear, it doesn't really ruin the curl throughout the day. So when my hair is loose again and kind of just flowing, the curl still looks natural. It doesn't look like it was flattened out throughout the day. So there's that curl, and then now I'll spray all of the curls. It smells so good. And then same thing on this side. There is less hair on this side versus this side because I part it farther over, but I still do it in 4 sections just because I want each curl to have its own, just that it just looks better when you spend more time on the top layer. And then same thing again on this side, using your ear as a guide. Start the curl where your ear would hit the back of your hair strand. Okay, so now I'm gonna spray this half as well. Kind of let it dry for a second. Turn off your curling iron because you know you're gonna think about it when you're leaving the house. Like, did I turn it off? You did every single time, but okay, so now I'll at this point I usually just flip my head over and shake out my curls because I don't want them to be like these kind of perfect prom curls. Like, I want them to be kind of like more loose, free moving. So I'm just gonna shake out my curls real quick. Okay, so now they have a little bit more movement. It's kind of just a more softer curl, but it just is nice to have my hair because it's not super thick. It just gives it a little bit more volume. So I like to wear my hair curled like this on a daily basis usually, because it really doesn't take that long for me to curl my hair. When I'm in a big rush, I feel like I can usually get it done in like 7 minutes. So it kind of just depends too. And if I'm rushing my hair and curling it that quickly too, sometimes if it's just not turning out as cute as I want, I'll just put it up in a ponytail with like a few face framing strands to kind of just like keep it cute, but nothing too crazy. So sometimes when I'm in a rush, I'll just kind of pull out a few strands and put up the rest of my hair if my curls didn't turn out exactly as I wanted them to. Or next day, like tomorrow morning, if I wake up and I'm just like, my curls still look good and I'm in a rush, maybe I'll just toss up my hair like this. So it kind of just depends. So that's about it for my hair tutorial. I will be making more videos too, so if you liked this one, subscribe, like, put on your notifications. I'm going to try to do videos at least once a week. I really have fun doing these videos too, so I hope you guys like them.